Yo, what it do, what it is, what it ain't. Just out here, chilling in Cambodia, and sitting here having a drink. And as I'm sitting here having a drink, a thought came to my mind. And I thought to myself, I've been out here for a few days, but I've seen a few melanated individuals like myself. And it appears to me that they're not just tourists, but they actually are living here. And I often ask myself, and particularly for a melanated person, given how things tend to be different for us, what brings us to an environment that is totally outside from ourselves? Like, what brings us to that environment? And right now, I'm sort of on a Southeast Asian tour. I'm sort of on a Southeast Asian tour. So I've traveled. I started off in Vietnam. I'm now in Cambodia. Next, I go to Thailand. And next, I might go to the Philippines. But the thing is, I'm out here because I was planning on living for a little bit in Vietnam, but the things didn't work as planned. So I just decided, instead of just going straight back to the States, let me just go ahead and take a little tour of Southeast Asia and go to some of the countries that I haven't been to yet. But this is what you have to bear in mind. The only reason that I chose to come to Southeast Asia was for work, for money, for experience, and for just a change. And that I was hoping through my experience, I would be able to work my way back to the motherland, to Africa, to take that experience, or South America, or any other diaspora place where black people are heavily located. But I wasn't planning to make this a permanent thing, It would just let me go ahead. The opportunity was presented to me. I was trying to go other places, but the opportunities weren't available, or the money wasn't good enough for me to want to do that. So Southeast Asia was offering that for me, so I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and take it. That is the reason why I am here. That's the only reason why I'm here. It was never a dream of mine. It was never a goal of mine to make a life in Southeast Asia, because I'm pro-black, man. I'm a pro-black brother. I love blackness. I love black culture. I love being amongst my people, especially if we woke. You know what I'm saying? I just love I love the continent, man. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful place that you can be. You dig? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So basically, the reason why I decided to come here is just like I said, the opportunity was presented. I didn't want to let it go by. But as I'm traveling, I'm noticing that there's other black people out here. That I'm not the only black person out here. There's other black people out here, and they're living. And I say, what would bring these black people out here other than, it's just cheaper to live here? Like, what would bring them here? You know what I mean? I'm trying to understand that, because for me, I don't like the experience of being like the Negro attraction. I don't like that. What do I mean when I say Negro attraction? I mean that when you're walking around and you happen to be the only black person or the only black person that looks like you in a certain area, you often get the looks and the stares, and you know, I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that y'all, it's not the fucking Stone Age. People have TVs, people have smartphones, people have internet. You can see a fucking black person if you get on the internet. So people are not blind to the fact, and even in third world countries, that black people exist. But yet and still, the looks and the stares still come. I don't particularly like that shit. So that's why I don't like to put myself in certain environments, because I don't want to experience that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed there are black people that don't mind being in these environments, and I wonder like how are they able to just go about like that shit doesn't exist? You know what I mean? So other than the cost of living being cheaper, I can see why I would want to be in certain environments. You know, I can't see it. You know what I mean? It had to be something deeper than just, oh, it's cheaper to live here, or my money goes further. You know what I mean? For me, you did. Like, so I thought if somebody said, you know, asked me, like, let's say if I was in Ghana right now, and somebody came up to me and it was like, you know, what brings you to Ghana? Like, what inspires you to want to leave the States and come to Ghana? I would have a very good reason other than the cost of living. It's cheaper. It would be a combination of reasons why I would want to live in Ghana. One, the culture. I love being around the African culture. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, my ancestors, you know, whether you agree or not, but for the most part, we all come from Africa. We all come from Africa. We can't deny that. Every black person that's watching this right now, whether you're in the States, whether you're in the Caribbeans, whether you're in South America, whether you're in Europe, wherever the fuck you are, we all have a common origin, and that's Africa. You can take it or you can let it alone, but the truth is the truth. So when I'm in the motherland, I like to know that I am connecting back with that origin. You know what I'm saying? I'm connecting back with that origin of being in the motherland. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, I want to be in Ghana. Another reason is everybody looks like me. Everybody looks like me, so I'm not sticking out like a sore thumb. You dig? Everybody looks like me because we all black. You dig? We all black. We all African. We all look alike. You dig? So I don't feel like when I'm walking around, I don't feel like eyes are on me. I don't feel like I gotta worry about people wanna come up to me and touch me and shit and take pictures and all that bullshit. Like, cause everybody's black. You dig? That's another reason. Another reason why I would be in Ghana is because that's the motherland. Like, we have a birthright to that area, bro. We have a birthright to that. You know what I'm saying? Because our ancestors came from that. Our ancestors came from the motherland, so we have a birthright to that land. We don't have a birthright really to areas outside of Africa. Yeah, I know everything comes from Africa. Africans populated every area in the world first. We are the first people. We are the original people. We're all over the world. I understand that. But everything all started in the motherland. And so we have a natural birthright to that land. And that's why I feel more at home when I'm in that land. I feel more at peace. I feel like I'm more connected. You dig? So that's another reason. And another reason is I want to find me a black African woman. You dig? If I'm going to have children, that's who I want to have children with. That's who I want to build. That's who I want to build with. That's who I want to build my nation with. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and then it's just a much peaceful life. It's just a much more healthier life. It's numerous reasons why. If someone were to come up to me and ask me why would I want to be in Ghana, it's numerous reasons why I would want to be there. Other than just the cost of living. But it's really only one reason. It's really only one reason why I would see why I would want to be in Southeast Asia. And the only reason that is because the cost of living is cheaper, and maybe, depending on if you can get that type of connection, there are some business opportunities. But even in that, let's say there's business opportunities in export. My goal would be to go out there to do business, export those goods back to the continent, back to Ghana, to where I live. My goal wouldn't be to live in there and export things back there. My goal would be to export things back there and only come here to do business. That's it. Because outside of that, I can't see no reason why I would want to just live my life here. You dig? So I you know, maybe I can interview a brother or sister that's out here that will give me more information on it. But for myself, I can't understand it. So with that being said, it's your brother Jay International. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.